In an earlier reel, when I talked about ambivalence, I said that all people have many sets of needs. One set is we have healthy needs and we have unhealthy needs. It's often difficult to tell which set of needs is ascendance at any time because that will influence our behavior. One way in which I help people figure out which of those needs are ascendants through dreams. Dream interpretation in individual therapy is different than the interpretation of dreams in group therapy, but more about that in another video. The meaning of dreams is disguised for a reason. It's disguised because sometimes it would be too anxiety producing for the dreamer to know exactly what's going on through the direct contact with reality. So the dreams has symbols. In order to understand the symbolic meaning of dreams, it's important when I work with someone to ask three questions. First, what's the feeling in the dream? What do you think the dream means? And what happened in the day prior to the dream? Freud wrote the first classic book on dreams, his Interpretation of Dreams, which is a rather turgid book, and unless you're really into the field, I recommend that you select another book if you want to read about how dreams are to be interpreted. It's a book by Robert Langs. It's called Decoding Your Dreams. In that book, he talks about how our conscious mind often tricks us into thinking we see things that aren't there, but the unconscious mind is always spot on. Let me give you an example. In a recent treatment situation with a young man who I've known for a while, he reported a dream that he was sailing in a small sailboat in a storm, and during the storm, his boat got dashed upon the rocks and was broken up in pieces. When he reported that dream, I asked him what was the feeling of the dream. He said it was an anxiety dream. When I asked him what he thinks it meant, he didn't know. But then when I asked him what happened the day before, he told me something that I thought was the clue to the dream, and that was he had a fight with a girlfriend of his at that time, his live-in girlfriend. So it occurred to me, because I knew some other fact about him, in addition to his relationship, that he owned a small sailboat. The dream was a symbolic, so I thought, representation that his relationship with his girlfriend was on the rocks. Now, it wasn't a portent of things to come. Who knows how it would turn out? But it did indicate that he was feeling unconscious and even conscious turmoil.